My collectors want something more than just a pretty bird picture. My collectors want something that feels real, that feels alive, that feels personal. That's what my work delivers. It starts with the eye. I'm Allison Richter. I'm a wildlife artist, and I create artworks that have clarity and focus, direction. Every artwork starts with my own creative direction. I want my collectors to feel like they're really part of this vision, that they're immersed, and part of that immersion with these, they have so many characters and personalities and feathers and shapes and sounds. They're extremely different, and I want to be able to capture that. But what creates that connection for my collectors is the work that I create for the eyes. The eyes are very important to me. Just like a landscape artist, when they're creating direction based on a focal point within their landscape, I create it within the eye. The eye might be looking at something I've created within the storyline of the painting. So they might be interacting with something within the canvas or the drawing, or they might be looking in a direction where I would like the viewers to look. But they may also be gazing back and forth, and there's a connection between the artwork itself and the viewer or the collector who is looking at this artwork. And that immense gaze, whether I'm adding a sparkle for like a smaller bird, or you might not get as much detail, but there's still that life that comes in through it, or maybe some of the larger birds with the really big eyes like owls or hawks or things like that. But my main focus is for someone to have that connection with the eyes of the animal that I'm painting. I want my collectors and viewers to feel like they're really connected to this animal, like they're connected to the world animals are living in. I feel like there's an extremely strong connection between eyes. This is how we connect with each other in our current environment. And it's also how we really want to look into the souls of other animals. And because of this strong connection with the eyes of the animals that I'm working with and the birds that I'm working with, I feel like the collector or the viewer also connects. They can see what's happening within the world of these animals. I do this with the eyes of my subjects. The eye is what creates the strong connection. It helps to give my artwork meaning. And it's also why it resonates with collectors. If you enjoy seeing how these pieces come together and you would like to be on my collectors list, you can find a link below. You'll be the first for new available work, and you'll also get more insights into my studio, my artwork, and deeper looks into my process. Why does the eye come first? The eye comes first because it sets the tone for my paintings. What story is this creating? How is it connecting to the viewer? Is there a mood? Is there energy? Is there a direction going on? Usually I'll sketch the eye pretty early in my compositions. I'll gradually build up my layers, because really the window or the soul into what is going on in my pieces starts with this focal point that I've created. So let's think about if it's trying to tell a story. For example, this particular piece here, you can tell what I'm trying to say within the story automatically just based on where the eye might be going. Or for a more intimate viewing of where I'm going to be placing the eye, it might be directly connecting with the viewer themselves. Because the eye is where the viewer connects, this connection is what makes pieces personal and collectible. It's very much about the presence of the animals and what is going on within my paintings. So the eyes aren't just a feature, they're a foundational piece within my artwork. They hold emotion, they bring focus to the viewer, and they bring life to the bird or birds. This is what makes my artwork stand out and makes collectors remember. So if this connection with the eyes speaks to you, join my collectors list. Again, I've placed the link below. You'll be the first to know when artwork is available and get insights into my upcoming pieces. Whether you're collecting or just following along, this is where everything starts, is the eye. So if you want to see more of my birds and their eyes, check out my playlist that I've created for a lot of different species. You can really check out the details, personalities, and the up-close moments.